So there's a new bill that just came. I think it's on the governor's desk.
He will sign it. I'm telling you, he will sign it.
You know Ronnie.
I know Ronnie.
That's
I know the lieutenant governor. I provided the security detail for him, so I know him. And he will sign Senate Bill 184.
Okay, so that Senate bill, City Ralph. What am I going to call you? Am I calling you Ralph? City Ralph?
Call me Ralph.
All right.
Ralph. We'll keep it.
I don't call you by your IG handle?
No, you can put it on the screen if you want. You help a
man.
brother out.
That's it. So he's going to pull it up on the screen. I have an article here so we can take a look, and I'll read it through. So basically this bill is, I wouldn't say protecting, but it gives officers an avenue for these so-called police agitators, where they call them First Amendment auditors, which, in other words, police agitators. Well, they can be both, right? You might have some people that are legit out there recording, and they're just kind of just recording the officer, what they're doing. And then you have people out there that are there just to agitate the police officer, try to get a reaction while the officer is doing their duty.
You want to read the article?
You know what? Go to the bill. So what does that say right there? Under the bill, people can be arrested for harassing a first responder if they are within 14 feet and have been given a warning. It defines harassment as trying to cause, quote, substantial emotional distress. Violators could be arrested and charged with a misdemeanor. So, real quick, and people here are there's a pro and anti, what is it? Pro and whatever. Pro and con. There's an anti-side. There's a pro side and anti-side. And the anti-side is saying that they're going to be taking away the First Amendment there, or freedom of speech, or they're taking away their
people's
rights
right to
record.
Yeah.
Right? So they're taking that away. That's what this bill is saying. And there's arguments on both sides, but I'm going to say my piece after you say your piece. But you want to hit the actual bill real quick so we can read some of the
verbiage.
There it is. Ralph, you want to read it? Or you're far away.
It's far from me.
Okay, it says
impeding and threatening and harassing first responders. As simple as that. What else do you want to read? These guys that are out there, and I'm gonna speak from the heart.
Do it.
Being a police officer, our job is dangerous and stressful as it is right now. The last thing we need is an idiot to be out there instigating us, impeding us from performing our duties. And at the end of the day, this bill passed the House and the Senate with very few discussions. So people could say, violation of constitutional right. It passed with very few discussions because we needed this bill. We needed this bill to have teeth now. So when you're out there doing your job and you're investigating and you have somebody insulting you and threatening you and basically impeding you from providing the service, which is the service that you provide, the public safety. It's getting great support. And what we need to do is put that bill out to the public, and I guarantee you that there'll be more support to it. Because at the end of the day, and you see it, people see it on officers that are out there, and you might be somewhere eating, you get your break to sit down and have a nice lunch or dinner that you're having, and it's been a long day, you have multiple calls, you're stressed, and the last thing you need is somebody to show up with a phone to record you and harass you. How would you feel, and I'm asking this not a police, I'm asking the public, how would you feel if you were in that situation, someone had a phone on your camera telling you, hey, you're a fat slob, your wife's cheating on you, and all these things? That is harassment.
Yeah.
So police officers are now under this bill, whether it's if you're conducting an investigation and you're out there protecting a scene and somebody comes out there and harass you, hey, you will have, based on Senate Bill 184, to give that person a warning, if you're such a nice guy, to give them a warning, and then arrest them.
Yeah.
Because you know what? The next sheriff is going to have to arrest people in this community. We got to get this order. Law and order has to be restored in this county. Yeah. Okay? We can't be babysitting people, all right? But one of the complaints that I got a couple of days ago is from police officers spend 4.5 hours, almost 5 hours, at TGK to turn in a prisoner.
That's the jail, if you don't know.
That's the jail.
Yeah.
So he made the arrest. He's out there. You have to pay a form. You have to give a bracelet. You have to go through the process. And you get to the TGK, and you have to wait 5 hours.
That's wild.
To turn in a prisoner. So now you got to babysit somebody for 5 hours who's probably doing the same thing, harassing you, insulting you. That's unacceptable. Yeah. Those things have to change. And I'm telling you, as sheriff, those things under my administration will change.
And side note, is sheriff now taking over also the correction side?
No, thanks to our great mayor,
Yeah.
who spent millions of dollars going to Tallahassee trying to kill Amendment 10,
Yeah.
she was able to separate fire and corrections.
All right.
So we're only going to have the sheriff's department now, all 67 counties will have a sheriff's department. So can you believe that?
That's a start.
Now but listen, just about every sheriff's department in the county has police and the jail.
yeah.
They make sense, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it all lines up.
I mean, it goes hand in hand.
And fire.
Well, a lot of things don't make sense to the county.
And yeah.
And the firefighters. Although firefighters are a different monster. It's like, taking care of little kids. But
Yeah.
No, hey, listen. Let me tell you, man.
shout out to my firefighters out there.
Hey, listen. I would not run into a burning building.
No, I know.
I'd rather fight it off with anybody with a handgun
I get it,
and defend myself. But burning buildings, I don't think so.
There's it's brotherly love. You know what I mean?
No, they do a great job.
Yeah, they do. They're all right.
First responders, man, you gotta love a firefighter.
I love them. They're all right. They want to be cops. They couldn't make it through the police academy. I get it. I get it, Joe.
If I could touch on something about
I
what
want
you just
to.
said.
Yeah, we're gonna. What do you mean? Go
No,
ahead.
just
Yeah.
something really
Go,
fast
go,
because
go.
the thought came to my mind when he was speaking. So how you were saying you need to restore order in the streets and officers need to start taking action again and all those little things as far as like the bill that's being passed to not harass officers anymore, or going to TGK having to wait 5 hours, or maybe staffing isn't at a place where it should be, so officers are getting drafted. I just think those things as a whole play into less productivity because as a cop, last time I went to TGK it was 5 hours. You know what? I'm not gonna make that arrest, or I'm getting harassed. I'm not gonna make that arrest. So as a whole, there's like 20 different issues that I think play into
a ripple
less
effect.
proactivity because of all these issues, these small little things that become one big issue.
Well, but listen, at the end of the day, I'll tell you what a police officer wants. I'll tell you what I want as a police officer. I want a supervisor who's going to back me up.
Yeah.
All right? Now, I could understand. In every department, there are three things they're going to get fired from: brutality, corruption, and racism.
Yeah.
Those things are going to get fired.
Yeah.
But if I go out there and I'm going to do my job, and I did my job within the law, the letter of the law, the policy of the department, all right, you should protect those officers. You need to have a sheriff who's going to back up the officer. Look, they've asked me a couple of times, well, you're a trooper. What are you going to do for Miami-Dade police officers when they become a sheriff? Look, my responsibility is going to be a simple one. I'm going to give you the best equipment that I could give you for you to do your job, and the best equipment for you to protect yourself, to make sure that you go home every night to your family, all right? I'm going to back you up. I'm going to give you not only the best training that I have, and I took a tour of that training facility, Miami-Dade County, and Metro-Dade office. We go back to old school.
I say you bring it back, bro.
Miami-Dade.
When you
I like
become
it.
sheriff, you
Listen, I
bring
tell
it back.
I tell my
back,
wife every
bring it
now and
back.
then, I'm going to go to Eckerd Drug. She goes, really?
Eckerd Drug.
Miami-Dade Police
boy.
Department.
Yeah.
Listen, I visited their training facility. It's an embarrassment. I'm sorry, but it's an embarrassment. Great people that work there. Their heart's in the right place. They got a great training institution. But the county doesn't put the adequate resources that it needs to put to have a world class. And then we have international people that come and train. Once again, Miami-Dade Police Department, it's a brand.
Yeah.
We got to sell that brand. That's going to be the best brand in this nation.
And they
We're
should
going to
have the
work
best of
together
the
to
best.
accomplish that. And the last thing that I want to make sure is I will not take any benefits that you have. All right, there's a lot of rumors out there, people that are putting out that Joe Sanchez, a state trooper, is going to do away with the FRS, Florida Retirement System, folks. I have nothing to do with the Florida Retirement System. That is the state, and I will not take any benefits from you. You will be the best paid deputies in the United States if I become sheriff with the best benefits. You know why? Because I'm going to back you up, and you're going to go out there and you're going to help me make this county the safest county in this nation.
There you go. Boost that morale up.
I like
That's
it,
what it's
man.
about.
Pay raises. Or are you gonna?
Cops are going to be respected.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm sheriff, cops are going to be respected. Because if you go out there
Yeah.
and you arrest somebody and somebody punches you, you're going to punch them right back.
Woo!
I like that.
I like that. He's bringing it back. So to bring all the way back, because I know we kind of took off, but that bill protects officers that are doing their legal duty, right? During their legal duty. If anyone comes up and harasses, you have it. You want to read it now? That's in front of you.
Yeah, I can
Read that part. Just the part of the actual bill.
Yeah, so the general bill is impeding, threatening, or harassing first responders, prohibiting a person after receiving a warning not to approach from a first responder who is engaged in the lawful performance of a legal duty from violating such a warning and approaching or remaining within a specified distance of the first responder with
There you go.
specified intent.
Yeah, so I believe on the article it said 14 feet, but what it's saying there is
A specified distance.
but it also says duty, right? Legal duty,
Yeah.
right? So that
Who's in the
goes
who's in the lawful performance of a legal duty.
If you're securing a scene, that's lawful duty. So
Right.
what this does, it gives you probable cause to make an arrest.
Yes.
yes,
Simple. Don't complicate it. Simple.
right. And I want to build on that because somebody might say, well, if I'm not on a traffic stop or I'm just walking around this train station, we had a transit, like Miami-Dade has a transit unit. If I'm walking around the train station, because I've seen videos, officers at the train station, and these people, these antagonizers come up with a camera and they're telling me, what are you guys doing? You guys can't do it, and putting it in their face. So these guys are there at the train station. They're doing their legal duty.
Yeah. They may not be on a call. They may not be on a traffic stop, but they're still.
It is their legal duty to be in that train station. They're not parked in the parking lot. They're walking or they're standing in there. What are they doing? They're scanning, making sure there's no danger. They're there in high visibility. That's their legal duty. So they're not on a call. They're just on patrol.
Yeah.
But that's their legal
It
duty.
still falls within the scope of this bill.
So if you want to put a camera in their face, they're going to tell you, hey, man, you need to back up over there.
14 feet.
You don't do it.
And 14 feet, they had every right to record you.
Yeah.
They're under, listen,
That's
the
enough.
next sheriff, the one responsibility he's going to have is to protect everybody's constitutional right.
Yeah.
The constitutional right protects us all right? And I am a big stickler for the Constitution. And a responsibility of every police officer is that, to protect everybody's constitutional right. And 14 feet, you can record me all you want. Now, you come and you harass me, and I have the authority to make an arrest based on probable cause, that I've given you a warning, arrest.